Hey, this is Cameron. So I wanted to walk you through the ClickOnce wizard and how to package and publish the application. So I have Visual Studio Code open, and I can run cargo run on PowerShell on the command line, and it will run the Minesweeper application. I'll just show you that it works. There you go, Minesweeper is working. Great. So I'm going to show you the wizard. All the ClickOnce stuff is in a ClickOnce folder. And I'm going to open up this project, but I'm opening up from Visual Studio, regular Visual Studio. All right, and so I'm going to show you how I got to create this publishing file. So for now, I'm going to delete these files. And then so inside of Visual Studio, you can see here if I run the .NET app, it's a simple program that just calls the Minesweeper RS executable, and it's from the the target release folder. So it would be the same app as if you did a cargo build release. It would build this executable that we're going to run here. There you go. That's it. And to create the publish profile, it's build and publish Minesweeper. So here you're given the wizard. You select folder, click next, and on here it has the ClickOnce option. So we'll select that. Default to bin publish is fine. Next, and then from the website, I'm just using github.com or GitHub pages. So I'm going to specify that path, hit tab, and click next. Here you can set the version. So I'll do 0.0.1, and this is optioned if Visual Studio is incrementing it. So if you're just, after this wizard, if you're just going to be changing it in Visual Studio Code, or if you don't have Visual Studio and you're going to be changing it in code, this option doesn't really matter. These are the list of application files. So I did actually, these are all application files. So this entry I actually updated manually. Oh yeah, prerequisites. So here we're having set up install the latest .NET Desktop runtime for version 5. So that's what this app depends on. It will be installed automatically if it's not installed. And options. So there's a bunch of options. One that's on by default is use.deploy file extensions. I actually think that's a good idea. It helps keep things organized and separate. And then I like to check create desktop shortcut. That's an option. It's up to you. And then this is the code signing certificate. So I purchased one from from Sectigo for $84 from one of their resellers. You can create a self-signed certificate if you're just trying this out. And so it's for Taggart Software LLC, and I bought it recently and it expires in a year, so next December. And the configuration is release, yes. .NET 5.0 Windows, yes. And it's framework dependent, so it doesn't bundle the framework. It just says, hey, I'm dependent on that runtime. It needs to be installed. It'll install it if it needs to be there. And yeah, it's a .NET app, so it's portable. This one's portable. So we'll click finish, and you can see here that it just generated the pubxml. So it also creates a blank pubxml user file. You can move stuff that's specific to users to that, and then hide that so it doesn't get committed. So if you have stuff you don't want to commit, I would move it across, or that's specific to a user. So this is the thumbprint of the code signing certificate that is specific to me. I went and moved this and then the install URL over to the user file, and then created a user.template just to show people what they should put in there. I do think that you can probably specify a local file and figure out what the entries are, and so that it works on CI. All right, so in Visual Studio, you have the ClickOnce profile here. It's the only profile there. If you have maybe different, you can probably have different profiles for different architectures. I don't know, you could copy the file, add it to the same folder. It should show up here. But from Visual Studio, you just click Publish. And this essentially just calls MS Build and publishes it. It gets it ends up in the bin publish folder. So here, bin publish folder. You can see the application manifest, the ClickOnce application manifest, and inside of the application files, you can see the deploy manifest. And the tooling took care of creating it, putting all the correct files there, and signing it. So I'm going to close down Visual Studio, and we won't save that. We'll just shut it down. And we'll do the same thing. I'll delete the bin folder, and we'll run. So I'll show you, I don't have MS Build currently on the command line path, so I'm going to add that. I'm going to add the one not from Enterprise, not the Enterprise version, but the Build Tools version. You can, and just to show you that it works there as well. And you can see it's this version I have installed, and so now I'm just going to run build.ps1. So I could CD into ClickOnce, and then run MS Build. It's the same thing as running that build script from, but I just wanted to show you it working. And you can see here that It's got a slightly different build folder location, so it's app publish, application files, Minesweeper application, and here's the manifest. So everything happened via the command line. So that is how you can do publish from within Visual Studio, how you can create the pubxml, and how everything's organized. Thanks.